With Ash exiting the Pokemon anime, we have a new protagonist, 2 to be exact. They seem quite promising, but there's a risk that they may not be as good as we expect. Specifically, there's some things that I really want them to have. These things apply to personality, design, skill, and Pokemon. I still want them to be similar, but different to Ash, to keep the anime fresh, so be sure to stay until the end of the video. The first thing that I want from the new protagonist is that they have equal roles. In the Pokemon Adventures manga, they did this a few times, like with Ruby and Sapphire, and it worked really well. Particularly, I want one of them to do something like contests or showcases, because we haven't had someone doing that for a while now. The other protagonist can collect gym badges and attempt to climb to the top of the champion rank. When we have more than one goal for the main characters, there's less filler and it's easier to be invested. Not to mention it builds more structure for the series. First, I think one of the protagonists should have a very enthusiastic and energetic personality, but the second protagonist should be a lot less energetic and be a little pessimistic. This way, we can have a more unbiased Pokemon anime which contains both characters' perspectives, not just one. Another thing for their personality is that they can develop. Like they could start the series off with one personality and leave it with a different one. This change can be gradual throughout the entire series, but I do hope it accelerates near the end if there's an evil team arc or something. So if the protagonists do stay after Paldea, their personality can continue to evolve like Ash's. I have a feeling that the new protagonist will be really good on their first impression, but I don't think that would be a good thing. I think it's better if they had no experience and were beginners like Ash when he was introduced. If they were already experienced, they might be overconfident or it could be harder to get invested in them. Another possibility that I'm fine with is if the protagonist can have a lot of experience and be a mentor to the other one. I also think that it'd be better if they improve pretty fast throughout the series, that way they can leave after Paldea. If they do stay after Paldea, then their journey will be different than Ash's, because they'll reach Ash's level and beyond faster. One more thing is that they could introduce new and different goals for the new protagonists. This hope relates to a recurring problem. A lot of the time, characters catch Pokemon that aren't even related to the region, and it doesn't make any sense. This was amplified the most with Ash's team in Pokemon Journeys. Like half of his Pokemon weren't even from Galar. How dumb is that? For the new protagonists, I think they should have a full team of 6 Pokemon each. All of their Pokemon should be Paldean or Paldean versions of Pokemon, but if they do decide to catch a non-Paldean Pokemon, it should at least have a backstory and be for good reason too. The trainers should also go through the struggles of having and utilizing Pokemon, like Ash did with Charizard. Finally, I want the new protagonist to have a clear main and leading Pokemon. One of the main faults of Sun and Moon is that Ash didn't have a main Pokemon. Maybe it was Lightning Rock, maybe was it Pikachu, or was it Incineroar? And I don't want that to happen again. It wouldn't be a bad idea to have a correlation between the new protagonist and Ash. There are many ways the writers can do this. First, they could say that rather both or one of the protagonists could be in Ash's family, one way or another. They could be friends of Ash or even be mentored by Ash. That way, they'll have the drive to do just as well or even better than Ash. This can also allow the Pokemon anime to do a time skip. The time skip could be anything from 2 to 10 years. If the new protagonist did have a connection with Ash, he could show up in the series from time to time. Is that the protagonists don't have anything at all to do with Ash? I don't prefer this, but if it was, a first meetup with him would be cool. Finally, I want the new protagonist to be in a traditional journey, like all Pokemon series before Sun and Moon. It's been a while since we had a journey like this, one with clear direction, a reachable goal for this series, and no episodes that don't add anything to the plot. If we had 2 goals from the protagonist, there would be little to no filler. If the new protagonist had all these qualities, we may actually have a perfect Pokemon anime series. Be sure to like and subscribe.
Bye.